I shock. I hear and not me talking. Say Tinubu go soon.
Reactions trailing the educational qualifications of the flag bearer of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Over the weekend, a cross-section of Nigerians expressed various views after the Independent National Electoral Commission published the personal particulars of the 16 presidential candidates and their running mates who will be standing for the 2023 election, and revealed that the APC presidential candidate did not provide information of his primary and secondary education, and also did not attach the certificates of his tertiary education. INEC, in its publication, also revealed that Tinubu claimed in an affidavit attached to the Commission's qualification form that his certificates were stolen after he was forced into exile by the military dictatorship of the late Sani Abacha. Let's take some tweets. Well, author and activist Renaud Mockery wrote, "Bola Tinubu, where is your primary and secondary school certificates? How could you have been accepted to the university without them? Tell us the names of your schools so we can track your classmates. We don't want another Buhari without certificate. Enough is enough." Well, Premier wrote, "The emergence of Buhari as Nigeria's president has changed the standard of governance forever. That is why Tinubu can even contest for the post of president. You don't need to have certificate as long as you have your NEPA bill to present to INEC. I'm afraid it will get worse." While Momo wrote, "I simply cannot understand how the APC keeps fielding candidates without certificate or records, from Buhari to Oshomole to Abiodun. I'm hearing on this platform that Tinubu's real name is Yekini Ogunlere. A birth certificate, SSCE, will disapprove all this quickly." While Warrior wrote, "Tinubu's certificate. You will recall that there was a petition dated August 12, 1999 about the educational background and age of Tinubu, written by Alhaji Jamid Seriki and Dr. Waliyu Balogun Smith. They accused him of lying about his age in his nomination form to INEC. Well, I believe that this issue was presented in 1999 when Gani Fayemi had filed a petition and the Supreme Court had dismissed it on technical grounds. They had also had the former governor of Lagos State, as he was then, go in front of a 5-member ad hoc committee. And after that, on September 23rd, 1999, when Tinubu appeared before the 5-member ad hoc committee investigating a suit filed by the human rights lawyer, Gani Fayemi, he spoke about his difficult and traumatic youth and how he scaled the hurdles of life as a self-made man. Tinubu said that after his primary education, he was admitted into secondary school, but could not further his education due to poverty. He then had to engage in menial jobs before proceeding to the United States in search of greener pastures. While in America, Tinubu said he undertook various odd jobs and tried to improve himself academically. He then enrolled at Richard Daley College in Chicago, which offered basic remedial and academic classes preparatory to entering Chicago State University. He presented a photocopy of his certificate issued by Richard Daley College. Tinubu further stated that throughout the time he studied in Chicago, he also had to fend for himself, paid his way through school by working extra hours as a tutor in the same university. He also said that 27 credit hours were transferred from Richard Daley College to Chicago State University, where he obtained a Bachelor of Science in Business and Administration. His major was in accounting. Dr. Abati, over to you.
Well, this matter, I say we've been on it since 1999. It went all the way to the Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court threw it out, on the grounds that it's the House of Assembly that should take a look at it. So the matter went to the Lagos State House of Assembly. His counsel then was Femi Falana, SAN. But the Supreme Court said he had immunity because already when the matter came up, it was covered under Section 308 of the Constitution. So the National Assembly had the powers to do whatever they needed to do, but that matter was settled. A few years later, someone else went to court to still bring it up, the same issue, certificate forgery and perjury. The court again threw it out, that the matter was out of time. So, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu now wants to be president. The qualifications for being president are spelled out under Section 131 of the Constitution of Nigeria, further interpreted in Section 318. To be president of Nigeria or governor or anything, you don't need more than school set or its equivalent. What he has done this time is to tell INEC that, look, his documents were stolen when he was on exile between 1988 and 1994 or so. And by the time he returned, those documents had been taken away. So what he has done this time, he did not fill the form the same way he filled it when he was running for Senate. He did not fill it the same way he filled it when he wanted to be governor, because he said it was Tokunbo Afikuyomi who filled the form for him then. This time around, he just stated that he has a degree, which is even bigger than a school certificate. So it's up to INEC, to determine whether he fulfills the conditions under Section 131 of the Constitution. However, let it be noted that producing wrong certificate or forging a certificate is a ground for disqualification under Section 137, subsection 1 of the same law. But for you to be president of Nigeria, you don't need to have any qualification. Just manage to speak English or attend 1 or 2 seminars organized by, Jineka, and you are good enough to be president of Nigeria, which is where the problem is. Yeah. But why is it that no classmates have shown up? Because if we were to question my credentials now, there will be so many people that will show up from everywhere and say, we were in the same class. Abi?
Right.
Okay, I'm not offending. I test to it every day.
Right. So those are the questions. They are very valid questions, Dr. Abati.
I think it's a case of the basic prerequisite you need to lead any country is transparency and public accountability.
Correct.
That's the #1 question here. And it's not today we've been having issues with certificates. I keep reminding us of the case of Salisu Buhari. Do you know that even the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dimeji Bankole, who had this issue about NYC or not attending NYC at a point in time, and I think somebody showed up for him. We've had the case. The case was dismissed, the fact that he had immunity. Somebody brought it up again. When it was brought up again, they said the case was statute barred. I sought legal consent on this, and they still said people can bring it up legally. But my question is, if he filled the form in 1999 and he said he went to a primary school and he went to GCI, there should be people from GCI that we can verify. You see, yeah, we know that the bar is so low to run for presidents in this country. All you need is a school cert. You don't even need to pass it. You can have F9 parallel, but as long as you attended school cert. But also the most important thing needed is accountability and transparency.
Credibility.
And credibility in our national life. Like they say, honesty is everything. And for the position of the president. So concerning this, if he said all his documents were burnt up, he couldn't go through, we understand that people could go through hard circumstances growing up. All we want is the same way he filled it up in the first time, he can come out and say, okay, these are the things. And if he said he attended school at any point in time, now that he's saying he didn't, there should be verification from the school he went to across board. We just want transparency so that we can get done with this process. His team has said otherwise. Bayo Onanuga said it's the PDP that is pushing this and all of that. But I can tell you this for free, this case will always come up.
It will.
If we don't prove it beyond reasonable doubt. And the prerequisite to run any nation is accountability and credibility.
Until it's all clarified, it will continue to come up.
Yes.
Well, thank you all. I wish we had more time on what's trending today.
I know the school that you attended.
Do you know the school?
Should I say it on television?
No, there's no need. Thank you very much. Well, that's all I have for you on what's trending today. I'll see you tomorrow.